Welcome to this month's special guest interview.
This month, I'm very pleased to have Dr. Bruce Lipton as my special expert guest. What is your idea of consciousness? Is it a projection of neurons? Where does it come from? What is your thoughts on this issue?
My thought on this issue is consciousness is an awareness of the environment. And I could break it down to the most reductionistic bottom line awareness of the environment. I said there were switches in the membrane. And you could get down to the final switch of consciousness is an ability to read an environmental signal and then engage a life-supporting biological response. So it's stimulus response. That's the bottom idea of what consciousness is. Can you read something in the environment and make a response to that? So the significance is consciousness is at the level of the most primitive organism. Bacteria surely read their environment and then adjust their behavior to what's going on, so they're aware of what's going on in the environment. And as you go up the scale of organisms, the higher up, the more awareness is granted. And the interesting part is, at some point, we actually become aware of ourselves. That's called self-consciousness. And we start to realize that we're an integral organism among all the other organisms. Before that, you don't see yourself. You're just there. A young kid just there, doesn't look back. So we start with a very simple stimulus-response consciousness, and it gets very complex as you increase the number of switches in the membranes and the number of cells. So when you get 100,000 switches on a cell, that's about a number of them. And then then you have let's say, a trillion neurons, and all of a sudden it's like 100,000 times a trillion neurons, and you say, oh my God, look at all the possible connections. And that's where the consciousness of a very high organism is formed by the complexity of very simple things, simple switches, but large numbers of them. So the idea of where is our consciousness? Well, our consciousness is being able to read the environment and making an appropriate response to sustain our health and our vitality in an ever-changing environment. So consciousness is being able to read the environment, stimulus, and adjust the biology to thrive in that environment response. And that's basically what it comes down to.